Under our Constitution, the Congress may allow the small-scale utilization of natural resources by Filipino citizens. Hence, Republic Act 7076 breathes to life, which upstreams the otherwise underground world of small-scale mining and brings within the ambit of law the otherwise informal sector of these miners. The best lens to see the current situation of small-scale mining is through the miners themselves. As such, our research team travels to a small-scale mining site in Barangay Bukal, Nabunturan, Compostela Valley to interview the locals. We ventured the upslope path to their so-called destino, which is the place where they mine the minerals. We talked about the so-called bina, which is the unprocessed rocks containing the precious natural resources. Lastly, we also trekked the tunnels of these abanteros, as they call themselves, which reveals the dark road down in order to obtain the familiar shining bulawan or gold.
Can you give us an overview of the small-scale mining?
Well, small-scale mining is a sector now of the mining industry prior to 2013, prior to the passing of Executive Order 79. Small-scale mining has been perceived as an underground entrepreneurship activity. But after the issuance of Executive Order 79 in 2013, small-scale mining has been recognized as formal sector of the industry. Right now, the Mines and Geosciences Bureau has no factual record of how many are really engaged in small-scale mining. There are estimates that there are about 300 to 500,000 small-scale miners. These are both illegal and legal. But for the Mines and Geosciences Bureau, we don't have the actual figures. The difficulty lies in the fact that the small-scale mining is being enforced by the local government units, and some of the local government units do not have records, also complete records, and do not provide the Mines and Geosciences Bureau of this information.
Kayun apahu kayo gayang galhayaman pagyan nagdating ko nanisita ko nararapapi sabay ko ay bingay nagigilad tumang katataon ay lugay ay hinsina aliduma.
Good afternoon. We are now here in Barangay Bukal, Compostela Valley, Nabunturan. And we are now going to the site of the miners to interview them about their daily lives here in the mining site.
Okay. Sir, how about
for the small-scale miners who are qualified to obtain a license to do so?
Actually, small-scale mining is a nationalized sector, a nationalized industry, meaning foreigners cannot apply and secure a small-scale mining contract. No, it's for Filipinos only. It's in the constitution. No? So only Filipinos who are qualified, no, meaning they are not convicted of any crime, and they have the financial capacity. Actually, requires only 10,000 pesos as capitalization. No? And of course, they should also be interested in mining. Actually, they only have to be registered in the Provincial Mining Regulatory Board. The Provincial Mining Regulatory Board is a body, a multi-sectoral body composed of the Mines and Geosciences Bureau Regional Director or his or her authorized representative as head, no? And then it's the large-scale mining sector is represented, the small-scale mining sector represented. An NGO is represented, and then the IP, if it is inside an ancestral domain area, the IP is also represented in the Provincial Mining Regulatory Board. No, so small-scale individuals who wanted to engage in small-scale mining has to register in the Provincial Mining Regulatory Board. No, they only have to present their government-issued ID, then pay a certain amount. No? It depends on the province. May mga probinsya na maliliit yung registration fee. Depende doon sa amount. So it's only two requirements to be registered as a small-scale miner.
Sir, what about the rule involving the small-scale mining over our ancestral lands?
All mining activities, no, or natural extraction of natural resources, for that matter, inside the ancestral domains has to secure the consent of the indigenous cultural communities, no. So if it is a small-scale mining project is inside an ancestral land, the proponent of that small-scale mining project has to enter into a voluntary contract or voluntary agreement with the indigenous cultural community. No, they will have to pay royalty. They will have to. The minimum is 1%. No? The minimum is 1% of the gross value of the minerals. No, but it can go beyond. No, it can go above 1%. It's the minimum. No, and of course there are other the indigenous cultural community can also ask for some other favor, no? Like scholarship for their children, livelihood program for those not employed by the company. So it depends on the voluntary agreement.
Sir, how or what are the procedures and requirements to renew a license? Is it the same, or are there any additional, or is it requires less requirements?
Actually, small-scale miners license has a term of 2 years. No, 2 years renewable for 3 times. No, so meaning a total of 8 years.
Galingan na sa mo, mali.
Ano?
Wahanan, pag-existing nila, huwag na iunod ni.
Moni guys, ang ginatawag nilag bina, moni daw ang ilang ihatod sa planta para iproseso o pagkahuma proseso, diri makuha ang possible nga bulawan. Guys, mo ni siya ang katong ginaingon nila nga bina kaganina kato atong gipakita, wala man toy refined fragment sa gold, kani mo ni siya ang naay refined fragment sa gold. Makita ninyo na yung mga sinaw-sinaw. Mo na siya ang iproseso sa planta para mahimong gold sama sa mga singsing nga gihatag sa inyong mga uyab.
So in the small-scale mining, what are the mines allowed for them to?
Here, for small-scale mining under EU 79, there are only 3 mineral commodities that are allowed for small-scale mining. No? These are gold, silver, and chromite. No? But prior to EU 79, all minerals can be mined by small-scale mining. That was under Presidential Decree 1899. No? But after EU 79, only 3 mineral commodities are allowed for small-scale mining, and those are the commodities I mentioned.
Alright, so that's again gold, silver, and chromite. So, sir, how does the government identify an active mining area?
It's like this, no? The Mines and Geosciences Bureau has an geological division. Geology division conducts the exploration, but our setup here is that it's not only the MGB who conducts exploration. We can also, the government can also enter into contracts, no, exploration permits with mining companies, and for them to do the actual exploration. So it's in the MGB conducts its own exploration. The mining companies can also conduct its own exploration by entering into an exploration permit with the government.
So, what is this mining plan, sir? Mining plan.
Mining plan for small scale. Mining plan involves both sa large scale at sa small scale, no? Sa large scale, this takes a lot of a lot of experts to do the preparation of the mining plan. For small scale mining, the mining plan has to be done by a mining engineer, actually a licensed mining engineer, no? So the mining plan will involve determination of what will be the size of your opening, how deep will be your tunnel, what will be the method, will it be underground mining or surface mining, no? So it depends on what is the environment of the deposit, no?
So right now, sir, what are the measures taken to prevent the smuggling of the gold by underground small-scale mining?
Actually, we have this mineral ore export permit requirement. Aside from the ore transport permit meaning a proponent or a mining project official or mining official transports mineral from the mine site to another location, he has to bring or she has to bring an ore transport permit. But if you export that outside of the country, then it has to secure the mineral ore export permit or MOEP. The MOEP depends, will be issued by the local government to the provincial local government if it is the source is small scale mining. But if it is the source is from a large scale mining, a PEC holder, mineral production sharing agreement holder, financial technical assistance agreement holder, the mineral ore export permit will be issued by the Mines and Geosciences Bureau.
So, in carrying out, in preventing smuggling of gold or exporting it outside of the country, sir, what are the measures that the Mines and Geosciences Bureau is taking or taking?
That monitors the movement of this export of gold outside of the country. But it's a problem actually, no? If you check the record of the central bank, actually about 90% of the previous buy from central bank is no longer sold to the central bank, no? And this is done underground, no? Perhaps smuggle it outside, not through the airports but through our seaports, no? So that's actually the problem, and it's not only a problem of MGB, it's also a problem of the customs, it's also a problem of the BIR, and we have a joint memorandum to that effect, but it's because of the small quantity, it's small, yung size lang ng ilalabas mong gold kasi pwedeng itago, no? Pwedeng madaling itago, unlike yung mag-ship ka ng isang barko, so ang gold bullion kasi madaling itago, so it's easier to conceal that and get out of the country with that, no, and sold it to other and other to the foreign countries.